Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be going through a tour of the Colorado Railroad Museum located in Golden, Colorado. If you're interested or wanting to go, check out their website, which is linked down in the description. To kickstart the video, we're going to be looking at their O-scale layout located outside of the museum. The layout has two different sections. The first section is elevated by about a foot and is a simple oval. They use this section to test out trains and see if they work. The second section is ground level, and this section contains the main town and a few tunnels, and this is where they run most of their trains. Here's one of their longer trains, which is the Rio Grande. This goes over the outside loop that goes around the ground level section. Here's one of their biggest tunnels with the Rio Grande going through it. They have actual rocks on the top of it, so I bet it's pretty hard to engineer this tunnel to withstand all that weight. Now starting to venture off to the rest of the museum, here's one of their old steam locomotives that they have on display. You're able to look at the actual boiler and where the conductor sat. Here's the boiler where all the coal went, and here's the bell ringing, which was still functional surprisingly. They also had an actual track running around the entire museum with a switcher pulling a few cars behind it, which you could get on and ride around the entire museum. I was lucky enough to be able to get on the train and look at the museum at a better look. Over here you're able to see one of the Pikes Peak trains that used to take people up to the top of the highest mountain in Colorado. And here's a better look at the O-scale layout that they have at the museum. Pretty cool. Here's a good look at probably my favorite part of the entire museum, which is the Roundhouse. Here's a good look at the turntable, which we would be getting a closer look at later. After we got off the train, we started making our way to where all the display trains were. Here's the Union Pacific train that they have stored at the museum. It's very, very large, and it looks pretty cool. And here's my favorite train in the entire museum. This was used in Alaska to clear out rails of any snow that might derail any trains to come. Now we're starting to make our way down to the Roundhouse. Here's a pretty cool look at one of their unique trains that they have at the museum. This is a train that was based off one of those old Ford T models. Here's another train that takes people up to Pikes Peak. Instead of using an actual engine to turn the wheels, it actually turns a cog because of the high incline that they had to climb up to the mountain. Here's the actual roundhouse. They had two steam locomotives inside. One of them had their boiler open, and you got a good look at what was inside. The person working there was kind enough to try and let us turn the turntable, which was obviously very heavy. He said it was a few tons, and with a train on it, it would be a whole lot more heavier and harder to push. Now I was actually able to walk onto the turntable. I couldn't imagine the visual of an actual train being turned by this thing. That would be pretty cool. The museum also had a basement which was completely filled up with HO scale things, as well as a massive layout. Here's some footage of what it looks like. The entire layout was surrounded in a big glass wall, which was kind of annoying, but I would see why, as this is a public place and lots of people go here. Here's one of the cool features of the layout. They had a small little train which was a point-to-point train, meaning that it was on a straight track and it wasn't a loop, so it had some programming behind it. Sadly, the layout wasn't currently working right now, and they were doing some repairs on it, so none of the trains were actually running besides this small little train that was going point to point. But other than that, it was still very enjoyable with all the cool little areas to explore in the massive layout. They also had an upstairs part which contained some trains that I think are the largest scale that I've ever seen. They're quite literally larger than a small dog. They are very large, so comment down below what scale you think they are. Anyways, thanks for watching, and again, if you're interested in coming here, make sure to check out their website, which is linked down in the description. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any content that I release in the future. And hope to see you in the next one.